Let's all go to the game shop. Let's all go to the game shop. Let's all go to the game shop and buy ourselves some swag. What's up, my fellow holiday shoppers? It's time to begin your Easter shopping for me. And let's head on over to the friendly local game shop in our neighborhood to see what's new on the shelves. That is, if you are lucky enough to have a friendly local game shop where you live, and if that friendly local game store is kind enough to support tabletop role-playing games. Unless you live in Ventura, where we have 6, none of which actively support tabletop role-playing games. If I mentioned a product you're interested in, call ahead to make sure your game shop has it in stock. Just don't head down there because, they might not have it in yet, but they can probably order it. All right, let's go and see what's new at the friendly local game shop. As always, I encourage you that if you have a game shop in your town, to support them. Let's keep those mom and pop stores open for 2025 and going forward. From Privateer Press, Privateer Games, we have some stuff for Iron Kingdoms, which has recently been converted to 5e. And Iron Kingdoms is definitely one of those campaign settings where I would say that is perfect for the 5e engine. It's probably a better 5e campaign setting than anything Wizards has done. So we have Into the Deep Wild for Iron Kingdoms, Deep Wild expansions for Iron Kingdoms, and the Monsternomicon Lost Pages for Iron Kingdoms, all converted to 5e. If you're not familiar with Iron Kingdoms, it's steampunk, Victorian steampunk, mechas, robots, magic, cybernetics, big sprawling coal-powered cities. It's cool. Each one of these is $35. Into the Deep Wild explores the wildlands of the world of Iron Kingdoms. Iron Kingdoms is based upon a miniature skirmish game, which I've actually played. I have an Iron Kingdom army somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I think Seth has it. Anyways, yeah. Dark Wild expansions features adventures set in the world of exploring, including a pirate treasure. I love pirate treasure. So if you want to explore the world of Iron Kingdom outside of the Iron Kingdom, they've added some, hexcrawl stuff. And then Monsternomicon is monsters. So taking the monsters from Iron Kingdoms and the big mechs and the trolls and everything and converting them to 5e. From Goodman Games, for my personal favorite retro clone, we have Return to the Starless Sea for $18. It consists of both the original zero-level funnel of Explorers of the Starless Sea, which is one of the best zero-level funnels for DCC, as well as expanding upon that. Sailors of the Starless Sea, which was DCC funnel number 67, considered by many to be one of the best. And then also this expands upon the story of Starless Sea. From Owl Knight Publishing for Dungeon Crawl Classics, my favorite retro clone, we have Sky of Crimson Flame and Blights of the Eastern Forest, of spelled O-V instead of O-F. These are both soft cover adventures running around $20. Sky of the Crimson Flame is a zero-level adventure where you battle the suckling bite of winged cherub head bats and journey through the Stygian depths of a dreadful keep. Yeah, because, that just sounds... Why did you spell of O-V? I don't get it. Is that a thing? Blights of the Eastern Forest is a first-level campaign that sends PCs on a dangerous mission to cleanse the evil of a swamp and woods. It's a hex clone and a dungeon crawl set in the wonderful, wacky world of Dungeon Crawl Classic. From Steamform Gauge, we have another one of these things. 2 of these things. I love these things. These are the epic encounters. We have Savannah of the Null Pack and Rage of the Null Warseeker. These run about $55 each. Savannah of the Null Pack comes with 20 miniatures, a double-sided game mat, and an adventure book, complete with plot hook. And Rage of the Null Warseeker can be used as a standalone boss encounter or combined with Warband. This has a 100 millimeter Null War Seeker, an illustrated game mat, an encounter booklet, and tokens. So this one gives you one big figure for $50. Not worth it. And this one gives you 20 Knolls and other fun things to throw at your characters for $50, $55. This one definitely worth it. I don't know if I want to spend $50 for one figure, no matter how good it is. From Osprey Games, we have Tomorrow City, a diesel punk role-playing game. Yeah, diesel punk is a thing. I don't know. Somebody tried to explain it to me once, and I was just said the same thing I always said. Stop using our word. It's a $35. It's a hardcover rule book. You explore the world of dark science and diesel punk action in the Tomorrow City. Diesel punk and occult knowledge. You're troubleshooters. You're exploring the diesel punk city, and you're fighting monsters and stuff like that. And it's Osprey Games. Osprey Games, when they make role-playing games, are usually pretty good. From Chaosium, we have an Arkham Street map for $18. So this is a map done in the classic old style of like you'd find in like newspapers or whatever. It's even got like the little advertisements on the bottom. It details Arkham in the 1920s. It's a folded map, plus it also has a framed art print. So that's nice if you wanted to get a framed art version of this map. And you can see that along the sides, you have all the little, locations. On the bottom, you've got these little classic ads. And so that's cool. A little pricey for a map, but it's cool. From Crucible 7 for Warhammer, we have Lustria and Lustria, the Collector's Edition. This is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, 4th edition. It's $50. And it contains articles on the history of Lustria and the coming of the enigmatic Old Ones, the great temple city of Thraxia, and Lizardmen and jungles and other fun stuff. You know how much I love jungles. So yeah, Warhammer, jungles, fantasy, lizards, gothic, grimdark fun for $50. Well, obviously this one stands out. If you are a figure guy and you want to get a lot of figures for a reasonable amount of money, $50 for 20, when the average cost for an individual figure is like $1 something now. That's not bad. DCC, can't say enough about this. I've played through Starless Sea. It really is a good adventure. And of course, these, highly recommend these. I love the Iron Kingdom setting. So there you go. If any of those sound like something you want to pick up this week, head on over to your friendly local game store if you're lucky enough to live in a city where you have one, and pick them up. But call ahead to make sure they have them in stock. Don't surprise them and they get upset when they don't have it. And you're like, "Oh, you said you didn't have it in." And they're like, "No, we didn't." Well, the OGGM said you had it in. And they'd be like, "No, he didn't." Speaking of the OGGM and supporting him, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Help support this channel to keep us going for another year. Remember, if I hit 2,000 subs by August, I will stop talking about Wizards for the Coast for at least a month, if not longer. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think we all want me to stop talking about Wizards of the Coast for a bit. Anyways, it looks like it's going to rain, so be careful out there. Till next time, you know what to do.